The basics of food security management. Now, what is food security? What does it mean? What does food security mean? Food security exists when all people, everyone, at all times, have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Now, this definition comes from United Nations Food and Drug Organization, FAO. Now, the key components of food security are availability, access, utilization, and stability. Now, availability. Availability relates to the supply of food. It means that people have enough food of appropriate quality available on a consistent basis. And factors include food production, stock levels, and trade capacities. So these are the factors that affect food availability. The next is access. Access. Even if food is available, it doesn't mean that people can access it. So this component looks at the ability of individuals and communities to purchase or barter for food. Income, food prices, and distribution networks are all relevant factors that affect food access. The next is utilization, and this refers to how food is used, the ability to metabolically use the nutrients and the overall state of health to ensure that those nutrients are properly absorbed. And safe water, sanitation, and healthcare play into this element of food security. The next, the last but not the least, key component of food security is stability. Stability involves ensuring that the other three components, which are availability, access, and utilization, remain consistent over time so that people don't risk going hungry due to sudden shocks like economic downturns or cyclical events like seasonal food shortages. Challenges to food security. Challenges to food security. The following are some of the challenges to food security. These are climate change, economic factors, political instability, agricultural practices, and population growth. Now, climate change. As global temperatures rise and weather patterns become more erratic, food production can become unpredictable. And this impacts the availability and stability components of food security. Economic factors. Economic factors. Now, fluctuations in global food prices can make it difficult for people in poorer nations to afford the food that they need. So this is yet another very important challenge to food security. The third challenge is political instability. Political instability, wars, conflicts, and political disruptions can interfere with food distribution, raise prices, and reduce people's ability to access them, to buy them, to gain access to this food. So political instability is a very key challenge to food security. The next challenge is agricultural practices. Unsustainable farming methods can lead to soil degradation, reduced crop yields, and a long-term decline in the land's productivity. So a key challenge to watch in food security or to food security is agricultural practices. The next, which is the last but not the least, is population growth. Population growth. Now, as the world's population grows, so does the demand for food. And this can strain resources and impact all areas of food security. Now, why is food security important? Why bother about food security? Why do we need to concern ourselves with food security? The first reason is human rights. The second is public health. The third is economic development. And the fourth is stability. Human rights. Now, access to adequate food is a fundamental human right. Everyone should be able to feed themselves in dignity. So it is very important. The next is public health. Now, when people are undernourished or malnourished, they are more susceptible to diseases, have reduced cognitive and physical abilities, and a decreased lifespan. The next is economic development. A well-fed population is more productive. So when people have consistent access to food, they can focus on other aspects of development like education and work. The, the fourth, the fourth important reason is stability. Food insecurity can lead to social unrest, migrations, and conflict. So food security is a multifaceted issue that intersects rather with many areas of society, from economics to health to politics and the environment. Addressing food security means understanding and addressing these many interconnected components. That is an ongoing global challenge, but one that is essential for the well-being of individuals and societies at, at large as a whole.